Hello, troublemakers. Matt Catling here for another disruption session. And today, what we're talking about is how do you get your mojo back? One of the things when it comes to business is that we often have setbacks, we often have challenges, and it's really, really tough. I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, and this is certainly the case for me. If we knew how hard it was, would we actually have started the business? And it's often an interesting conversation internally, especially when the proverbial shit is hitting the fan, which is often. Now, as you know, what I talk about, the first kind of jump or the 100K jump is all about the hustle, where you're in a wild west, you're testing, you're measuring, and really in that phase, there's probably going to be a lot more micro setbacks. And I think it's a really important time to look at Mojo, because the employee kind of mindset puts certainty outside of ourselves. And so we're looking for certainty, whether it be from the boss or the heroin injection of the wage. And this can really affect our motivation when it comes to business, because when you launch your first business, any business, you really often don't have someone telling you what to do. And so you've got to go through this psychological transformation, which is to find that certainty inside. And it is tough. It is tough, especially if you've had that mindset where the dependency on other structures has been like a consistent thing for you. And so how do we do this? Now, one of the things that I talk about in our programs is the breakout. And the breakout is a breakout around your psychology. And often that happens when your back's against a wall and you make that decision to commit. That's where Mojo comes from to me, is a decision to show up. And you've probably had that 2 or 3 times in your life where you've made a decision like that, and then suddenly this energy switches on, new levels of creativity, new ideas. Now, what happens if you're kind of in a state where you're feeling apathy, lethargy, procrastination, all of those things, or maybe you're terrified? How do we get ourselves back into state? How do we find that mojo? Now, one of the things that I like to do is that if I'm in that specific state, I like to get out of the business. I like to go and do something that isn't related to business. And that can often be maybe something to do with my bucket list that is out of my comfort zone that can really change my state. Or conversely, if you have a coach, and this is what I really recommend, is having a really amazing coach that understands you and understands your recipe for motivation, because we all have a recipe. And that could be a combination of internal representations. When they're fired in a certain sequence, bang, it gets you back into action very, very quickly. Or conversely, it could be if you're stuck in the problem, all you see is the problem. When you increase emotion, you decrease intelligence. And just simply having someone that is not emotionally connected to the challenge, that can bring back your mission, your vision, the reason why you were launching this business. There's a great book, a lot of you have probably heard of it, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And here, these poor people in these concentration camps that were in the most significantly challenging situations. And he could basically predict who would survive versus, in some cases, some people were thriving. And those people that were kind of getting through, and if not thriving, were ones that had a reason, a mission, and a mission that was bigger than themselves. And so he looked at the people that were dying and they were saying, why is this happening to me? This isn't fair. Versus the people that were thriving were like, we have to survive because we've got to share a message so this never ever happens again. So a reason, a mission switches the neurology on. We tap into new levels of creativity and we start to create. And so if you're wanting to get your mojo back, one of the things that I would look at is your environment. I would look at your support system around you. You don't want to hang around with negative people. It will wear off, I guarantee you, over a period of time. You want to hang out with people that are playing 10 levels above you. You want to have great coaches. And don't get stuck in the business. Get out of the business and do some activities that are going to challenge you, that are going to move you, and they're going to switch your neurology on. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little snippet today, and please get out there, be disruptive, make some trouble, and we'll catch you next time.